Throughout history, few names have captured the imagination of the world like Cleopatra, a queen of legendary beauty, unmatched intelligence and political brilliance. Cleopatra VII Philopator was far more than the myths that would later surround her. Born in 69 BC in the grand city of Alexandria, Cleopatra grew up in a world of splendor, learning from Greek scholars, philosophers, and statesmen. Unlike her predecessors, Cleopatra embraced the Egyptian culture fully, even mastering the native language, a rare achievement among her Greek-Macedonian dynasty. She was not merely a figurehead, she was a queen who sought to rule with wisdom, charisma, and force when necessary. Upon the death of her father, Ptolemy XIII, Cleopatra ascended to the throne alongside her younger brother, Ptolemy XIII. But power-sharing would prove unstable. Cleopatra's boldness and ambition quickly alienated factions within the court. Stripped of her authority, exiled, and facing ruin, many would have surrendered. But Cleopatra was not like most rulers. She understood that in politics survival often demanded audacity. Determined to reclaim her throne, Cleopatra orchestrated one of history's most famous acts. She arranged to be smuggled into Julius Caesar's private chambers, concealed inside a rolled carpet. When the carpet unfurled before Caesar, it revealed not just Cleopatra's striking presence, but a woman of extraordinary charm, eloquence, and political vision. Caesar, captivated by her, decided to back Cleopatra's claim. Together they waged war against her brother's forces. In the Battle of the Nile, Cleopatra emerged victorious. Ptolemy the Third drowned attempting to flee, and Cleopatra secured her position as Queen of Egypt, now with Rome's most powerful man at her side. Their relationship went beyond politics. Cleopatra bore Caesar a son, Caesarion, and for a time Egypt flourished under her renewed leadership. But her dream of ruling alongside Caesar in Rome was shattered with his assassination on the Ides of March, 44 BC. Once again, Cleopatra faced uncertainty, and once again she moved swiftly. Returning to Egypt, she prepared for the next phase, one that would define not just her destiny, but the fate of empires. In the aftermath of Caesar's death, Rome plunged into chaos. Out of this turmoil rose Mark Antony, a charismatic general and ally of Caesar. Antony summoned Cleopatra to Tarsus to explain her loyalty. Ever the strategist, Cleopatra made her entrance in a golden barge, adorned with purple sails, dressed as the goddess Isis. It was a spectacle designed to seduce and impress. And it worked. Antony fell under Cleopatra's spell, but what bound them was more than passion. They shared ambition, the dream of forging a new world order, with themselves at the helm. Together, they ruled not just Egypt, but sought influence over Rome's eastern provinces. Their lavish lifestyle became the stuff of legend, extravagant feasts, endless celebrations, and displays of unimaginable wealth. But behind the scenes, serious political maneuvering was underway. Cleopatra aimed to secure her son's place as Caesar's true heir, while Antony sought to challenge Octavian, Caesar's legal heir and future emperor. In Rome, Octavian launched a propaganda war. He portrayed Antony as a traitor bewitched by a foreign queen, a man willing to sell Rome's glory for Egyptian luxury. The Senate declared war, not against Antony, but against Cleopatra herself, casting her as the enemy of Rome. The conflict culminated in the fateful Battle of Actium in 31 BC. Antony and Cleopatra's forces, outnumbered and outmaneuvered, faced a decisive defeat. As Octavian's legions advanced into Egypt, Antony, believing Cleopatra dead, fell on his own sword. Mortally wounded, he was brought to Cleopatra, where he died in her arms. Refusing to be paraded through Rome as a captive trophy, Cleopatra chose death on her own terms. Accounts vary, but the most enduring legend tells that she allowed an asp, a symbol of divine royalty, to bite her. In doing so, she preserved her dignity and her legend. Cleopatra's death marked the end of an era. Egypt, once the cradle of civilization, became just another province in Rome's growing empire. But Cleopatra's story endured, woven into the fabric of world history as a symbol of power, seduction, and resistance. She was more than the lover of great men. She was a ruler in her own right, cunning, charismatic, and commanding, a woman who bent the will of history with nothing but her mind, her courage, and her indomitable spirit. Cleopatra, the queen who seduced an empire, a legend not only of beauty, but of brilliance, ambition, and the fierce will to rule in a world determined to silence her.